Speak. Down. Target. Good girl. All right, guys, summer's almost here, so there are a couple of tips I have for you. The first in regards to cats and dogs is parasite control. That includes fleas, ticks, and GI parasites. You definitely want to make sure your pet's on a heartworm, flea, and tick preventative, along with gastrointestinal parasites, especially if your pet goes to doggy daycare, boarding, or dog parks. So parasite control can consist of one treatment, but there are a lot of different treatments online, so consult your veterinarian about which one they recommend. Summer tip number 2 is heat stroke. Make sure your pet is not kept in an environment such as a car or a house with no AC or any place where the temperature can be elevated, especially those brachycephalic breeds. Those are breeds with the short snout, such as French bulldogs, just regular bulldogs, pugs. Any of those breeds can overheat very easily. Be sure that there's always water if they're outside, and just make sure they don't overheat. Summer tip number 3. Be sure that your pet does not burn their paw pads by walking on hot concrete. So if you are a runner, a jogger, you take daily walks with your pet often on hard surfaces such as concrete, you may want to invest in booties to put on their feet just to make sure that their paw pads are protected. Summer tip number 4, Leptospira bacteria lives in standing water. So if you go hiking, goes to the dog park that has water there, if you have standing water in your backyard, be sure that your pet is vaccinated for the Leptospira bacteria. It is zoonotic, typically fatal if your pet happens to contract it, and it can be transmitted to human as well. Summer tip number 5, if you have swimming pools at your home, be sure that if you have a blind pet such as Claire here, they aren't able to access the pool because they will fall in. Not all dogs can swim, and some dogs will drown. Not necessarily that the pet cannot swim, but if they happen to fall into the swimming pool and they're swimming for hours and hours, they do get exhausted, and at some point they will give up. And if you're not there to catch it, typically, unfortunately, they will drown. Last but not least, there are some holidays coming up, such as 4th of July, Labor Day, etc. So if you're cooking, barbecuing, grilling, frying fish, anything that you may do on holidays that may include food sources that's not necessarily dog food, be careful. If they happen to ingest human food, it can lead to pancreatitis, vomiting, diarrhea, and sometimes, unfortunately, life-threatening gastrointestinal obstructions. All right, so this summer, make sure you and your pets have fun, be safe, and just keep your eyes open for the things that we've mentioned in this video to make sure they don't end up in the hospital to see me.